अथॉरिटी भी उसको पल पल की के बता ही रही थी कि अभी जो भी चल रहा है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में 5 बजे तक जो भी चला, सुप्रीम कोर्ट का डिसीजन आने के बाद में जेल प्रशासन ने सारी तैयारियां करके रखी थी। इमीडिएटली उसको बोला गया कि आप फ्रेश होके आप नहा लो और उसके बाद में उसको 5:30 बजे की नमाज के लिए तैयार किया गया। 5:30 बजे उसने अपनी नमाज अदा किया और उसके बाद फिर उसको डॉक्टर ने चेकअप किया। उसके बाद फिर उसको फांसी यार्ड पर लेकर आया गया और उसके बाद उसको एग्जीक्यूट किया गया।
Now Sanket, I hear from the corner of our frame, and I don't want to take our cameras over there. No, mat leke jaiye. People shouting Bharat Mata ki Jai. There's a crowd that's getting together, and this is part of the concern that we had, that there would be crowds that gather. We already saw what the so-called Bhagat Singh Kranti Sena tried to do. It was a very small group, but it created a big tamasha. And just to my right, about 50 meters away from where I am, a group of people gathering, chanting these slogans. Now those again are concerns. Right now the body, of course, is inside the Nagpur Central Prison, but the moment the body comes out, these will be very real problems that the Home Department in Maharashtra, the police in Mumbai, the police here in Nagpur will have to deal with. And that really is something that they need to think through very hard about whether or not the body will be handed over to the family. And I really would like our producers to line up Mayuresh, our colleague who's come down from Mumbai. He's at the Dwarka Hotel where Yakub Memon's family, some of the family members are over there. Let's see if we can pick up something. Obviously the family members aren't speaking, but there are people who've come with them. Those people are giving us some insights and some thoughts on what the family members are saying. So let's see if we can try and make that happen, Sanket, over the next couple of minutes.
Yes, Rahul, we are trying to make that attempt to connect with Mayuresh. In the short moment from now, we'll be joined by Mayuresh. Let's first go across to Mustafa, who joins us from Mumbai. Mustafa, you did travel with the family from Nagpur to Mumbai. You were in touch. In fact, you also interviewed the wife, the mother, as well as family members of Yakub Memon. Can you just take us through what exactly did they tell you then?
See, basically when we were in train, also the access to Yakub's family was very restricted. They have always taken utmost care while speaking to media and revealing details. But at that point of time, I remember it was last week, and there was a fair chance that this execution date can be delayed or the death sentence can be cancelled. So they came out in media. They highlighted that Yakub not only educated himself in the prison, he has also helped in grooming and educating other inmates and clearing their SSC exams and other courses. So they have been saying that the Yakub Memon has kept a very good conduct in jail, so that's why he should not be given that sentence. That was the whole argument. They only wanted the death sentence to be delayed or to be cancelled. Now, as far as the law and order situation is concerned in Mahim area, where Yakub family stays, the policemen have been coming in the area, and as you can see, this arch which leads to Yakub Memon homes has been secured by the police, and the school children who are going to schools, their mothers are asking whether it's safe to go to school or not. So it's a very sensitive area, and it's being said that the people who are known to the Memon family or the people who are the neighbors of them will keep their shops in Mahim shut, and they will mourn this period. Also, it's a very necessary thing to understand that the emotions of the people in Mahim would be attached to the Memon family, because since last few days when we are in this vicinity, we have met many people who have said that Yakub has either played with them or he has grown up with them. So basically at some stage he is a convict, he has been given the death punishment, and law has taken its course, which is very fair on its part. But there are emotions attached to Yakub Memon and his family, who is a business family and holds a lot of clout in this area also. So there are possibilities that people will come out to emote and to share the grief of the Yakub Memon's family, who has not been speaking to anyone since yesterday when the Supreme Court rejected the petition. And there are people, Keens, who are reaching their homes and meeting them, consoling them. And as far as the neighbors who have visited Yakub Memon's house in Mahim, they are saying that the family is praying since last night, and they are in regular touch with Suleiman Memon and other lawyers basically as to what is the update, and till last moment they wanted to try to at least delay that sentence for some time, which now seems that it has not taken its course. But the family at this point is very stressed. They are not taking calls, replying to messages, so they are the access is very restricted. Once the body reaches here, maybe some of the family members may come down and speak to media, or maybe we can get reactions of people who will go to Yakub Memon house in Mahim and meet his family. So from there we can understand as to what the family wants to say at this point of time. Basically, when Yakub Memon's wife Rahin was interviewed few days back, she had the first sentence which came out of her mouth was that she has full faith in Indian judicial system, and we all know from our sides that the law has taken its course and he was given full chance and full justice, and all the options were tried out before this thing has taken place. So as of now, the police are taking slight precaution because Yakub Memon is not such an outsider to Mahim. So they are basically taking precaution. But Joint Commissioner Law and Order of Mumbai Police, Deven Bharti, was here at some point ago. So we were also cautious. We asked what is the law and order situation, will the body reach here? So that point of time, that person, Deven Bharti, was very confident. He said that it's a free country. So of course the body should come here to the family, and the last rites should take place as the family want. So basically it's a very positive message which has been sent out by the Mumbai police, by the jail authorities, by the Indian judicial system, that basically he has been brought to justice, but no inhuman things, no politics, no vengeful activity has taken place till now.
Okay. We also have Mayuresh joining us from Nagpur. Mayuresh, you are outside the hotel where the family is. Can you just take us through what have you actually heard from the family of Yakub Memon?
Right now, the family is still in their room, and everyone here we are waiting for to come down them. And but the main thing is that the heavy police deployment we can see over here, and we have been given to understand that the police will escort them to the jail. Now the main question which remains is that whether police will allow them to take the Yakub's body to Mumbai or not, because Mumbai is a very sensational area, and where they stay in the Mahim is a very sensational area, and the distance between Nagpur and Mumbai is also too far. By flight it takes 1.5 hours. So right now the basic question is that whether and we have been also given to understand is that the government has already made an alternative arrangement in prison itself to take the final to perform the final right. So now the question is that whether whether the family members will ask for the body or not. If they ask, then whether the jail authorities will allow them to take the body to Mumbai or not. Back to you.
Okay. Let's see if we have Rahul Kanwal still with us, because Rahul, actually, Mayuresh wanted to have a word with you. He was asking, whether you are with the family or not. Rahul, if you can hear me, Mayuresh is with us. You can ask a question if you want.
Family wants possession of Yakub Memon's body. They want to take it back to Mumbai for burial at the Qabristan in Mahim. But are they prepared to agree to the 3 conditions that have been laid out by the prison authorities? They're saying no big procession, low-key funeral, and they're saying that do this in a time-bound fashion. Those are the 3 key conditions that have been laid. Is anyone around the family speaking, and are they saying that they're prepared to adhere to these conditions? Mayuresh, do you hear me? Okay, we've got Kaushal Pandey. He's our local correspondent in Nagpur. ये 3 शर्तें जो रखी गई हैं, उस पर फैमिली क्या कह रही है, उसके बारे में हमें कुछ मालूम है?
फैमिली ने हाल फिलहाल में तो उनकी शर्तें मानी हैं, लेकिन फिर भी जिस तरीके का क्राउड नागपुर में भी देखा जा रहा है, या मुंबई में भी हमारे जो करेस्पॉन्डेंट है वो कवर कर रहे होंगे, तो वहाँ देखा जा रहा है। इसके बाद में जो एसआईडी, स्टेट इंटेलिजेंस, एटीएस, आईबी, ये लोग जो इनपुट देंगे, उसके बाद ही गवर्नमेंट कोई डिसीजन पे पहुंचेगी कि बॉडी देना चाहिए या नहीं देना चाहिए। सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम ये आएगी अगर बॉडी हैंडओवर करते हैं, और अगर माहिम फैमिली को अगर लेकर जाना है बॉडी को, तो इसको एस्कॉर्ट कैसे करेगी, या तो फिर कैसे इसको लेकर जाएंगी? पुलिस के सामने सबसे बड़ी दिक्कत ये है।
Okay, Mayuresh, since you're at the hotel and if you can now hear me, can you confirm first whether you hear me, Mayuresh?
Yes, Rahul, I can hear you.
Okay, Mayuresh, my question is the family willing to adhere to the three main conditions that the Maharashtra Home Department and the Nagpur prison authorities are laying down to hand over possession of Yakub Memon's body to the family? They're saying no big procession, time-bound funeral, and is that something that the family is willing to accept, Mayuresh?
Right now, Rahul, family is in their room. They have not come down, and everyone, including me, are waiting them. And definitely, once they come down, we'll pose this question. As this news has already broken, and it's been almost 15 to 20 minutes. It seems that family may be discussing this issue within themselves, and once they get sure, or once they get that surety from their other family members also, then only they will come down and they will go further and claim the body. Back to you.
Okay, thanks Mayuresh. I must also tell our viewers, if our camera person can just zoom in, I'll step aside, just zoom in there. You'll see that the crowds, Bhai Sahab, utriye please. The crowds over here at the Nagpur Central Prison are increasing. Virtually, we're a little distance away because we didn't want to be where the crowds are. From last night I experienced that is very volatile, so we wanted to stay away from the crowds. But the crowds are constantly increasing. It's almost as if as Nagpur wakes up, more and more people are coming out to see what happens. As of now, except for some random, some isolated incidents of sloganeering, the crowds are relatively peaceful. But if the body is brought out, then the atmosphere can get surcharged very quickly, and that again is something that will be weighing heavily on the minds of the Nagpur prison authorities, the police officials here. As I said just a short while earlier, Devendra Fadnavis, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, has appealed for calm, he's appealed for restraint, he's appealed for people not to let sentiments get agitated and aggravated. That's a constant appeal that the Chief Minister and the Home Department are putting out. We're also told that there's constant interaction between the Home Ministry in Delhi and the Home Ministry in Mumbai to try and find a way of dealing with the aftermath of the handing over of Yakub Memon's body to the family, if and when that decision is finally taken. I must also say that we're just waiting now for a final confirmation from the medical doctors after having examined Yakub. His execution has taken place. They're waiting for a period of 30 minutes to medically determine whether or not he's dead, and then that announcement will happen. We're also told meanwhile that the police, the jail authorities here have already spoken to the Home Ministry in Mumbai and informed the execution has been completed. The official confirmation though is still awaited, and which is why we're saying constantly, while 3 independent sources have confirmed to us that this is indeed an execution that's been carried out, the official confirmation and the medical process is not over yet. There's a post-mortem that will also take place, after which Yakub Memon's body will be handed over to his relatives, some of whom are currently at the Dwarka Hotel here in Nagpur, where Mayuresh was reporting from. Meanwhile, there is massive security deployment. You can see the police personnel who are deployed over here all through the night. There were sirens that were blaring, there were cars that were moving around, keeping a very close eye on any assembly of people. Remember, Section 144 has been imposed. Is essentially a curfew which bars the assembly of more than 4 people at any one place. So those are precautions that the the Nagpur police have already taken. But as Mayuresh said, and that's the key concern, how will the body be taken from here? How will it reach Mumbai, and how will all of this be kept low-key? Because one of the key conditions laid out by the Superintendent of Police, Superintendent of Jail of the Nagpur Central Jail when he met Yakub Memon's brother is that this has to be low-key. The funeral has to be time-bound. And there can't be a big tamasha around it. So how do you ensure that it doesn't become a tamasha by itself? How do you ensure that this is low-key? Those are key concerns, Sanket, that are currently weighing heavy on the minds of all those who matter, all those in positions of power who need to take this very sensitive call here in Nagpur.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's first introduce the 2 guests that we have in the studio at this moment. We have Mr. Bishwajit Bhattacharya, former Additional Solicitor General, as well as Mr. R.K. Gaur, who joins us this morning. Mr. Bhattacharya, would you call this unprecedented, what happened in the Supreme Court last night?
Absolutely. In fact, in my eyes, the stature of Supreme Court has gone up. the kind of sensitivity and compassion to the, for administration of justice, which the Supreme Court has, shown by waking up all the honorable judges, the Attorney General, all the lawyers. I think this shows that at least in India, even the apex judiciary is very, very sensitive and gives a chance even to the person, sort of regardless of his, sort of position or something. Full marks to the Supreme Court for the process followed by it. Because one way or the other, it's the job of the judiciary to basically interpret law and sort of deliver the verdict. And under Article 144 of the Constitution of India, all authorities, including sort of civil and judicial authorities, shall act in aid of Supreme Court. So here the law has reached and culminated its finality, and I feel that whichever way the verdict goes, one has to bow down to the verdict of the Supreme Court.
Absolutely. Mr. Gaur, this was a question that we were asking to a couple of our correspondents as well. This particular case, Yakub Memon hanging, has a number of things which usually one does not see happening. Number one, a death warrant with an exact date. That is something over the past, there have been very few, but we haven't seen that happening. You do not know an exact date and time when it is going to happen. Number two, a late night hearing in the Supreme Court, which Mr. Bhattacharya was talking about. And third is the body which will most likely be taken out of the jail compound and perhaps handed over to the family.
See, you are correct that this is unprecedented case in certain manners. But if a death has to take place, it has to be certain. So certainty has to come. And more particularly, this case has 5 rounds of litigation in Supreme Court, 2 rounds of mercy petitions before President and 2 rounds before Governor. So everything,
all options of legal recourse have been explored. That's
much
what
more than that.
Okay.
Rather multiple times. Because yesterday itself, 2 writ petitions were heard. One in the whole daytime and another at the night. So multiplicity of litigation took place, yet Supreme Court gave them full hearing. And after that, they found that there is nothing in the merits, as well as this judgment passed by the Tada Court or by appeal decided by earlier benches of Supreme Court is perfect. So that had happened. Now, as far as the third part is concerned, body being given to the family members, this started in the last case when a lot of hue and cry was raised that why the body was not given. So the government or the judiciary or the other executive departments took it on the humanitarian grounds, and this is perfectly all right. Okay. See, ultimately the relatives, the family members, they have also some humanitarian rights. So if it is given, it is perfectly in consonance with the human principles.
Okay, let's go across to Mustafa. Mustafa, we were talking about the fact that you have been in touch with the family. You were telling us what the family has in fact been saying till the last moment. They felt that they have full faith in the Indian judiciary. It seems that a number of precedents, unprecedented things have happened, and secondly, precedence has been set with the help of this particular case. What I wish to know from you, Mustafa, is that what is the next plan of action as far as the family is concerned? Okay, Mustafa, we'll come across to you. I believe Rahul Kawal has some update. Yes, Rahul, it's over to you.
Okay, we're now confirming officially that doctors have declared that Yakub Memon has been hanged. He's medically been declared dead. The post-mortem has begun. Kaushal is here with me. Kaushal, tell us more.
सबसे पहले डॉक्टर ने जब सर्टिफाइड कर दिया कि डेथ होगी, उसके बाद में याकूब को लटकाया गया था तो उसकी गर्दन टूटी थी, तो उसका एक्सरे किया गया और अभी पोस्टमार्टम करना शुरू है अभी.
So what we are now officially confirming is that the Central prison authorities in Nagpur have officially informed the Home Ministry as per protocol in Mumbai that Yakub Memon's execution has been carried out. This is now official. Remember, India Today reported this a long while back, but we said that there has to be a half-hour period when the body is allowed to hang. It hangs by that noose, and after that the doctor examines, and only then is he medically declared dead. That process has now been completed. Yakub Memon has officially been declared dead. How long will this postmortem go on for? कितनी देर चलेगा?
पोस्टमार्टम करीब एक घंटा चलेगा पोस्टमार्टम.
इसके बाद क्या इस पे कोई अनाउंस हुआ है कि क्या फैमिली को बॉडी हैंडओवर की जाएगी कि नहीं?
फैमिली को बॉडी हैंडओवर होगी कि नहीं, ये एसीएस होम केपी बख्शी सीएम से डिस्कस करेंगे और उसके बाद ही फिर वो ऑफिशियल ये करेंगे.
और अगर यहाँ पर जैसे लगातार हम देख रहे हैं कि भीड़ बढ़ रही है, कुछ लोग काफी उत्तेजित भी हैं, ऐसे में पब्लिक को कंट्रोल करने के लिए नागपुर की पुलिस ने क्या तैयारी की है?
नागपुर के पुलिस ने काफी तैयारी करके रखी है. कल शाम को 5 बजे से ही धारा 144 यहां पर लागू कर दी गई थी, जो कि आज शाम के 5 बजे तक रहेगी. किसी भी तरीके की भीड़ या किसी भी तरीके के लोगों की आवाजाही यहां पर नहीं की जा सकती. अगर यहां पर लॉ एंड ऑर्डर की प्रॉब्लम अगर क्रिएट होती है तो पुलिस अपना एक्शन लेगी और लोगों को अरेस्ट भी करेगी, या जैसे भी पुलिस को एक्शन लेना है पुलिस अपना एक्शन लेगी.
Okay, the cops are barricading several of these areas. More and more people, as the sun comes out, more and more people in Nagpur are coming out to see what is taking place over here, and a very crucial decision needs to be taken once this post-mortem has been completed, and that question is about whether or not the body of Yakub Memon will be handed over to the family. In case you've just joined us at 7:15 this morning, I just want to quickly recap the 3 conditions that have been laid out by the superintendent of jail to Yakub Memon's brother Suleiman, who met him. They said that the Maharashtra government is willing to consider the family's request of handing over Yakub Memon's body to them, but they're saying that this must be a very low-key procession, there must be no tamasha, and that the funeral must happen in a time-bound fashion. The family needs to give an undertaking that it will meet these conditions, after which the police says that the body will be handed over. Now, as you see, with more and more people gathering, the question is, can they prevent the situation from escalating, especially in Mumbai, where we're already seeing attempts being made by some political parties to whip up sentiment. So this is, and there's a state of high alert. Again, I had a call in the period that we were just preparing for this live shot with people in the intelligence bureau. They're saying that there's a high level of alert, not just in Nagpur, where the RSS headquarters is, the Nagpur police, several of the key markets over here, sensitive installations, there's a high alert at, but in other parts of Maharashtra and across the country, there is a concern about the possibility of a reprisal attack, of a revenge attack by elements of the Dawood Ibrahim gang who are active in Maharashtra and have penetration elsewhere as well. That's a concern that they have, and they're being very, very vigilant to try and ensure that that doesn't come out. But the big breaking story this morning is that India Today is now confirming that Yakub Memon's execution has been carried out. It is now official. The medical examination has been complete, and as we speak just this morning, the post-mortem is currently going on, and after which the crucial decision will need to be taken over whether the body of Yakub Memon is handed over to his family or not.
Okay, Rahul, that breaking news that you are in fact giving our viewers that Yakub Memon has been declared dead, death by hanging. This has happened at 7:01. The declaration took place at 7:01 a.m. this morning. At 8:15 is what we are hearing. The prison compound is actually going to decide, prison authorities will decide whether the body needs to be handed over to the family or not. We'll